are some really interesting lines of inquiry that are being pursued by the Civil Guard. So a spokeswoman for the Civil Guard came out with some statements on the 9th of July. Is without evidence or evidence that's pursuant for them to be able to investigate further, they wouldn't realistically be allowed to do this if there wasn't something that was telling them to lean into that direction. They need evidence to suggest them to go into the direction in which they're taking. So I first wanted to cover what a TikToker over in Tenerife has said about the case. Now, known as Christopher Tenerife, or simply just Chris, he has shared a video where he has scoured a vast amount of the rugged terrain. In this footage, he has asserted that there was no way that that area was thoroughly searched, and went on to further state, I don't buy into the conspiracy theories. I don't buy into the fact that someone took Jay. When you come out and stand on this terrain, if that lad was heading for the coast, I honestly think he's had a bit of misfortune. Now let's go into what the Civil Guard released on the 9th of July. So as we know, on June 30th, they called off the search for Jay Slater on the ground. But on July 9th, only 2 days ago, police insisted that several lines of inquiry were being pursued. And we've only been given a couple of these lines of inquiry. But a source that is working closely on this case has claimed investigators were not working on the basis that Jay was missing, feared dead. Asked whether this investigation had moved on, and whether or not police have a clearer idea of what may have happened to Jay, a spokesperson for the Civil Guard said, one line of inquiry is a theory that Jay might even be in a different part of Tenerife and is still alive. But they did say that all scenarios are being kept in mind. They then said that the case is very much open because there are still a number of unanswered questions which officers must find answers to. They are convinced that someone, somewhere, knows what happened to Jay or knows where he is now, and that's what they are working towards trying to establish as quickly as they can. Now, as I stated, police did call off this search earlier in the month, but Jay's relatives have launched an unofficial search in the rural Deltino Park area, the area in which Jay was last seen. Now, Jay's uncle recently told news outlets that he hoped that there would be more communication from the police, as the family grows more desperate to find the teen. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear and apparent, just so that people have a bit better of an understanding with what's going on and why the family have made and said a few statements. Spanish authorities operate very differently from how the UK authorities work, or how law enforcement works over in America. In Spain, there isn't something that's called a family liaison officer. A family liaison officer is someone that's pretty much a middleman between the police and the family. They give over crucial bits of evidence or details to the family in order to let them know what police are doing with the investigation. Jay's family don't have this. They literally don't know what the investigators are doing, and what's actually happening is you are watching a grieving family with no answers about where their son could potentially be go through emotional grief with Spanish authorities. When they first went to Spanish authorities, they just wanted to help in any way possible with Spanish authorities, and the reasoning behind this is more than likely due to the fact that they weren't being told anything regarding the investigation. They probably knew about as much as the public were getting. And as you can imagine, their disbelief and emotion, as well as the sad state that they would be in from not having any answers, has now led to frustration, as the family are growing angry with not being able to understand what is going on in the investigation. You've got to imagine that this is their son, and they feel like they're completely left in the dark about it. They probably are able to find more bits of information if they are to go on the internet, which is troubling to say the least. So when it comes to Jay's family, please just try and bear in mind that they don't have a family liaison officer. They realistically won't know anything about the case. English authorities have offered to help out Spanish authorities, but were turned down, which is annoying, as UK authorities could have potentially been a family liaison officer to this family at that point, but they've been turned down from doing so. Interesting though, to say the least. There are just some of the recent updates that we got from the Civil Guard from July 9th. As always, please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. As of course, I would love to know your thoughts and theories. As always, hit that like and subscribe button, as it really helps out the channel, and hit that post notification bell if you want to keep up to date with everything regarding the Jay Slater case. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a great day.